So today's video is how to change a fuel pump and a sender. Depressurize the fuel system by removing the fuel pump relay, which on most Fords is connected to the green connector, and running the truck for a few seconds till it dies. Remove the tailgate. The tailgate's removed by removing the wire hangers from both sides. Now the tailgate simply lifts off. The bed's held in place by 6 Torx 55 fasteners. Note the shorter bolts are on the back of the bed, the 2 longer bolts go at the front. Unscrew the taillight lenses. Disconnect the bulbs from the housing. Remove the bulbs to prevent breakage and push the harness down through the tailgate. Remove the gas cap, remove the fasteners holding the fill neck in place, and push it in away from the bed. Now with 2 people, you're ready to pull the bed back. Remember, there's a lip on the front of the bed that will catch on everything on the top of the tank, so you need to make sure the front of the bed lifts up more than the back. Once the bed is back, remove the fuel lines. Stock fuel lines will have a little clip that pulls out and the fuel line just pushes back. Once all the connections are removed, the black protector ring just comes off. It's not connected to anything. Now you want to clean off all this junk that accumulates on top of the fuel pump so that it doesn't get into the tank. Once you're ready to remove the ring, it just unscrews, but a pair of channel locks is good at the initial convincing. And it just unscrews by hand. I pulled the old pump quick because I didn't want any junk to get into it. The first thing you want to check when you pull the old pump is for fouling. See how the filter's clean? That means it didn't foul because there's a bunch of junk in the tank. If you pull an old pump and the filter's dirty, you're going to have to drop the tank, drain it, and wash it out. Not very fun. Double check that the fuel pump gasket is seated in the right position. They're one of the most evil ones for messing up, in my opinion. Here's a pro tip if you had to replace the connector. This one broke on both sides, so it wasn't locking down. If you take a flathead screwdriver and prop it into the slit right here, you can push sideways, and the stock wire connections, which have all this nice shielding and everything, will just pop out and they can be fed back into the new connector. If you have no wiring issues and you're just replacing a bad connector, that keeps all this nice wiring, and you can inspect it and see that it's good when you pop it out. Once you squish all the electric jelly out, you can pop the connector back on. Make sure the black protector ring is down before you hook everything up, or else you'll have to do it 2 times like I just did. Now that we have it all buttoned up, you want to reconnect the fuel pump relay, run it, make sure it all works and there's no leaks before we throw this big heavy bed back on. Once the bed's back on, I like to fire up the truck immediately to do my second check before I tighten everything down. And then the truck just goes back together the same order you took everything off. So that's all there is to it to changing a fuel pump. I'm reckoning it should take you about 2 hours if it's your first time having it off. Like I said earlier, if the strainer on the old pump is clogged full of crud, you have to drop the tank because you got to wash it out. Now, I think that this pump just mostly went out because dissecting it, the ground on the old connector was loose and the pump pushed enough juice through it to fry it out and weaken the pump. If you check my old video, I show how to diagnose a weak fuel pump, and we'll see what comes up next. Looks like the next video is going to be brakes on a Ford Explorer. So keep your wrenches churning, and if you have any questions, post them below. Thank you. Bye.